Admiral Gilday, I have to ask you about something first that I'm concerned about. Many people are, and a lot of people in the civilian world. I sent you a letter with 24 people on it, concerned that you had recently added several books to the Navy's professional reading list promoting critical race theory. And one of these books is Ibram X Kendi's How to Be an Anti-Racist. And it argues that the entire American system is corrupted from top to bottom by racial prejudices which account for all differences in outcomes in our society. And one sentence out of that book says the only remedy to past discrimination is present discrimination. The only remedy to present discrimination is future discrimination. Now, I understand that this is a voluntary reading list, but how does exposing our sailors to the idea that they are either oppressors or oppressed, and that we must actively discriminate to make up for past discrimination, improve our Navy's readiness and lethality for great power competition?
Sir, initially you mentioned critical race theory. I'm not a theorist, I'm the Chief of Naval Operations. What I can tell you is factually, based on a substantial amount of time talking to sailors in the fleet, there's racism in the Navy just like there's racism in our country. And the way we're going to get after it is to be honest about it, not to sweep it under the rug, and to talk about it. And that's what we're doing. And that's one of the reasons that book is on the list. Doesn't mean I have any expectation that anybody believe or support everything that that Mr. Kendi states in his book. I don't support everything that Kendi says, but the key point here is the sailors in our Navy have to be able to think critically. They have to be able to look outwardly at China and Russia, and they have to understand what those societies, why those societies are a potential danger to the United States. Inwardly, we have to understand ourselves, and we have to understand critically that we value diversity. And I think...
Okay, Admiral, I agree that we should have a robust and great discussion, and any racism should be uprooted and taken away. I absolutely agree, and I endorse that. But should we have future discrimination? You don't endorse that particular statement, do you?
Sir, I have to look at the context of it. I'm not trying to be evasive, but I don't, as I mentioned, I don't support everything that Kendi asserts. I don't believe everything I read. I think that I think that everybody has to be in a position to weigh fact from fiction. Even our sailors, they're bombarded every day by misinformation. Much of it comes from China and Russia on this issue that's getting at our national psyche. I'm trying to get after it in the Navy.
Okay, well, I hope that's one statement you don't endorse.